almost done.
Yeah.
I hope people think it's informative.
I hope so too.
I wonder what they're gonna think when they see the next one that we do.
What's the next one we're about to do?
I don't know. Oh, hey kids.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Come out here.
I'm Selena.
And we're the City and Beyond.
And this channel is to encourage employees to not quit their job and still travel. Welcome to our destination wedding series.
Today we're talking about probably one of the most important parts of your destination wedding. Your guests.
Before we do, don't forget to hit subscribe and click the notification bell because obviously you really like us. So just do it now. We'll wait for a second.
We're gonna break this down into 3 parts. Before, during, and after. So we're gonna do before the wedding, during the wedding, and then after the wedding. And now without further ado, let's get started. Before the wedding.
Everyone thinks that they're invited to your wedding. You're gonna have to make some tough decisions. Some people will love you, some people will hate you, but it is what it is.
The best advice we saw in another video is do not invite someone if you do not think they will come, because people will surprise you and they will show up.
You need to make clear cutoffs. What we did was, our cutoff was no cousins, because between the two of us, we both have a lot of cousins, and we only did all their parents instead, so our aunts and uncles and their spouses, our other aunts and uncles through marriage, and we're all invited. And there was only one case where we invited 2 cousins instead of the parents, because definitively their parent was not gonna go out the country, so we replaced them with obviously his children. So cut off.
Clear cutoffs will also help you to have a direct response when someone asks, well, why does so-and-so get to go? They get to go because we've redlined the list. And unfortunately, some of you did not make the criteria.
Yes. So once you have a clear cutoff of who you're not inviting, then it's way easier to just explain like, hey, no cousin.
And if you don't have a clear reason, just be honest.
During the wedding.
The main thing to remember. The main thing to remember. The main thing to remember is everyone else is on vacation. So when you get in town to your destination wedding, even if you have a wedding planner, you're gonna have a few more meetings and you're gonna have a lot of places to go. There's gonna be a lot of prep work and maybe you'll have some downtime, but just understand that the majority of your family and friends will be living their best life and you will possibly be miserable. It's not a guarantee, but it is a possibility because they're on vacation and they don't have to do all this. They're just the guests. So don't get discouraged because you'll have plenty of fun when they leave.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but it could become a little bit of a problem with your bridal party if they're having a great time and living it up and you have your resort wedding in Cancun and you can't find anybody because they drank too much the night before. Like, you just have to make those restrictions beforehand, or like say, hey, don't drink the night before the wedding ceremony. Like, you should talk about that before you get there, because once they're there, they're partying. And I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not a bad thing. In our case, it ended up being kind of like a funny thing because our cocktail reception was supposed to be until 4 p.m. And it was supposed to be until 6. And people didn't even make it to 4 p.m. They're either too drunk, too high, too drunk and high, legal in Canada, and it wasn't like we were discouraged or sad or whatever. We just feel like at least they had a good time.
Yeah, and at the same time, be respectful of their time because they are on vacation. Now, if somebody volunteers to help, by all means, let them go about and help you, but still be respectful of it. Say, hey, you can cut out a little bit early, I got it from here. And if somebody insists, then that's fine because that's them choosing to do it with their spare time. But everyone's there to have a good time. and to celebrate with you. But in between the time they're celebrating you, they're there for a good time.
And we even dedicated a whole day giving our guests a free day so that they can explore Vancouver. So you can do something like that so that you're like also giving them time to enjoy the place, the city that you decided to have your wedding.
After the wedding.
We didn't publicize that our wedding was going to be a destination wedding until we kicked off this series. And so as you can imagine, there were a lot of people who watched that video and then realized that we were having a wedding ceremony and pretty soon, and they were invited. So let's just say it hasn't been easy.
That's why we recommend after your destination wedding, be prepared to talk people off of the ledge. There's a good chance that word's gonna spread before you even actually get there, and there's gonna be a lot of hurt feelings. Don't regret your decision, because we definitely do not. And regardless of how anyone feels, we feel as though our day was perfect.
Another thing to consider is having some sort of reception or bridal shower or just something, a gathering to celebrate that you got married or going to get married at your destination. This would be a great time to invite those who weren't invited to the actual ceremony at the destination, and to allow the people who can't make it to your destination to still get to celebrate with you. And we're doing that as well.
And so we are doing a reception after our destination wedding, but be very careful because it is easy to overspend. A lot of people do destination weddings either because they like a location, or they think they're going to save money, or they are going to save money by doing it for their guests and for themselves. It can be very cost effective to do these things, but if you do something at home, be very careful because you might wind up spending more than you did on your destination wedding, and you're probably better off having it at home. So be very, very careful if you're going to do the post-reception or get-together for your nuptials.
Pre or post. Some people
Pre
do
or
before.
post, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is.
And last but not least, thank your guests. Your guests just travel to whatever city that you picked out because it meant a lot to you or whatever the reason is, and they trusted you enough to do this and spent that money to go and see you get married. Don't forget to thank them. I mean, we even want to thank our guests even more. Don't really know how, but we did send a note to everybody, like well, you know, it's 2019. We sent like a message via an app to let everybody know thank you so much, send your pictures. Can't thank you enough. But if we didn't say it enough to you guys, thank you to all the people who came to Vancouver to see little me and, I don't know, tall him to get married.
Yeah. So, that's it for today's video. We still have a few more videos left in the series. One of which is going to be the differences between having a non-resort destination wedding and a resort destination wedding. And for that, we're gonna ask for a little bit of help. We are going to have my brother and sister-in-law and Selena's brother and sister-in-law. Don't worry, they're all the same people. You may have seen them in the Nashville, Vancouver, and or Seattle video. Oh wait, no, not oh yeah, no, they were in that one.
Yeah,
oh wait.
They're in the Seattle train ride video.
Oh yeah, oh, and New Orleans.
And clips in the 10 things to know about New Orleans video.
We'll put the tag of the video here or here, pick one.
There's more to come. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. If you're planning a destination wedding, please leave a comment below and we'll do our best to answer. Or if it's about resorts and you want to leave it for Gabriella and Brian, leave it below and we'll include it in our next, or one of our next videos. We're not sure when it's gonna go out. But we will see you next week, and it's been fun. Bye.
Bye.